But think about something similar. You don't remember somebody's phone number. As a kid, I could tell you fucking like 50 phone numbers.
I actually had that conversation with a woman. I was taking a train, and a woman had forgotten her cell phone, and she had no way to get in touch with the guy who she was meeting, and she was like, "Can I borrow your phone?" And then she's holding my phone. She's like, "I have no idea what his number was." And it's for exactly that reason. It used to be that the 25 people you called most often, you knew their numbers just from physically like remembering and looking at the keypad, and like it got in there at some point. Now it's all in your phone.
Area codes too.
Right. But this woman was fucking saved because I have the internet on my phone, and I did a white pages lookup on her friend. Like it was fine.
Too wrong to make it right. That's what.
Yeah, no. I mean, honestly, it was. And wait, I have to tell the rest of this story because it was amazing. This woman on the train. It starts out with like just as the train doors close. This is a train from Connecticut here. It's like an hour and a half train ride. The doors close. This woman's like, "Oh my god, whatever." I don't have my cell phone, and she taps me on the shoulder. She's like, "Can I borrow your phone?" Absolutely, of course. Like, I have an iPhone, and she had like never beheld this, so I'm like dialing for her and giving it to her, and I'm helping her use the internet or whatever. She completely opens up. She's telling me all of this stuff about her life and where she's going, and it was like a very genuine human like moment that lasted for basically the whole train ride, but not quite, because
about your fetishes.
About 45 minutes, this woman is and I was like, wait a second, who sent you?
You're a third tier,
But I was the one who sent her, and that was part of the game. And then I paid myself $150, and so like 45 minutes into the train ride, this guy gets on, and he sits in the like row across from us, and he's like totally checking her out. She's like a good-looking 40 to 40. Maybe I'll put her in the 35 to 50 range. I would have said 40, but she was like a nice, good-looking woman. And what she was telling me about was how her husband had passed away a few months before. And she was going to visit old friends of theirs from the summer camp where they had met. And so she was like super emotional. And she also had gotten on the train just before it was leaving. So it was like clear that she was just so distracted and like rushing to the train station that like, no wonder she did something like leave her phone in her car. Like it made total sense. And she's just like, once she started talking to me, it was just like kind of just talking, and I'm like, we're having this conversation. I'm trying to relate. I'm sort of like comforting her a little bit. It was great. Like I didn't feel weird about any of this. I don't want anyone to think that that's where this is going. But so this woman's talking. This guy gets on, and he's like totally checking this woman out.
Wait, was that guy the ghost of her husband, and only you could see him?
That would be awesome.
No, and here's why I know that. So he's like, not only is he checking her out, but he's also shooting me these really weird looks. Because she and I are having this incredibly intimate conversation, but I'm also asking her really basic questions about her life. Like it's clear at once that we both don't know each other at all and are like super close. What? What is my relation? So he's giving me the stink eye, and he's giving her the eye. And maybe 25 minutes before we get to Grand Central, this guy turns, he's like, "I'm sorry, I really don't mean to interrupt, but I have an extra cell phone." And he pulls out this cell phone. He has 2 iPhones, this guy. And he pulls his phone out of his bag, and he's like, "Why don't you just take this phone for the weekend? And here's my card, and you can just give it back to me whenever."
It's 10-4.
Hell yeah. That's G.
And it was like, wait a minute. This is the most elaborate, precise pickup I have ever thought about. Like, this guy, and the other thing was, as he's kind of doing this, he's still giving me this look like, "Oh yeah, pretty good move letting her use the iPhone. How about letting her have one?" Yeah, we'll see who hits that later. Like, this guy was like a little bit, like doing the nicest thing possible, but like a little bit creepy and terrifying. And meanwhile, this woman, like, as soon as this happens, she is done with me. She is done. Like she's been telling me about how it's hard to go to everything the first time after your husband dies, and like and you're used to him being there, and like he was such the center of the family, and we're watching her kids YouTube clips of her kid playing guitar with like one earbud in each. like straight up like 21st century Lady in the Tramp style. And this is like not sexual at all. Like we're just like hanging out, and as soon as this guy's like, why don't you take my extra phone and business card? She's like, And the last 25 minutes, they basically rehashed the part of the conversation I'd had with her that he had missed. And then we all got off the train. It was unbelievable. It was like a fucking Mammoth play. But I lived it.
David, think about it from his perspective. How long are you waiting for a woman to come into the train going, I've lost my phone with another iPhone? Like, this is your perfect plan. I'll just give her the iPhone. It was like nobody loses their phone.
How did
And then she walks in.
He basically played it like he had the extra phone for the specific purpose of picking up chicks, which is absurd. So he clearly had, unless he locked her phone in the car and then ran alongside the train for 45 minutes. It was seriously, it was unbelievable. Anyway, so thank you for listening.
I mean, maybe like, what if he had just had like a bag of stuff? You know what I mean? Like, what if he like literally had, he was like
convenient shit that might get you a date.
You know what I mean? Like, I would not put it past a gentleman to like have that going on. Just have like, I mean, an iPhone is a little extreme, but like have an umbrella laying around. You know, oh, here's an extra umbrella. Like, attractive person is getting wet.
No, but the umbrella is not expensive enough that you can give the business card and demand the contact later. Like, that was really the hook.
A bejeweled umbrella.
Yeah. Here's an umbrella made of money.
How many iPhones do you think this guy lost that way?
Do we think she called him? Do we think she like returned it and like?
I think she
absolutely.
Yeah.
I think she returned it with her underwear.
Absolutely.
Do we think there was? What do you think? Was the vibe that like this was gonna happen, or was this?
The vibe was that this woman was like. The other thing was that her problem was already solved. Anyway, whatever. I'm eating with this guy. I got defenestrated. I'm somewhere on the tracks between Stanford and 125th Street. Anyway,
The odds of running into a widow who needs a cell phone.
thank you. Thank you. And like it felt like a play. Like what?
It's
Anyway.
also a kick in the shorts because you taught her what an iPhone was.
Yeah. Yeah, I was totally the starter wife. Anyway, no, I think that she would definitely have gotten him back the phone and the charger.
Oh, he gave her a charger too.
Oh, he gave her a charger. Because otherwise the battery would run out and she'd need another dude with an extra iPhone to switch him out.
Go to one of the
And he's like, hey, anyway, whatever.
Like gives her cash in case she can go to the ATM. Like just takes care of, like make sure she will have no need to see another human being until she's done.
It was so funny. And trying not to laugh for like 25 minutes is really hard. It's the other thing I learned.